presents.
Hey guys, welcome to Omni Lucid Presents. Tonight, me and Brian are going to be doing a live playtest of Road to Infamy's newest game, Don't Go In There, which is going to be out on Kickstarter tomorrow, I believe at 4 p.m., if I remember right, Central Time. So that's going to be going live tomorrow, and we just wanted to get in a playtest and show off kind of the two-player version of the game tonight. It is a 2 to 4 player game, plays pretty quick, and yeah, we just wanted to do some more of these tabletop simulator playthroughs of this. So this is Brian's first time playing. I have play tested this a few times with the guys over at Road to Infamy, Jeff and Andrew, as well as a few times with they have a print and play version that me and Ashley have played a few times as well. So I'm pretty familiar with it. If you guys have any questions or anything, definitely let us know and in the comments, and then I will do my best to answer if I actually know the answer. That is. So
if there is an answer.
Yes, if there is an answer, who knows? It's got this cool thing that they're doing. For anybody that isn't familiar with the name Road to Infamy, they are the creators of Canvas, and for anyone that saw that, they know that with the Canvas box, they did these special boxes where they just hang on the wall, so it looks like an actual piece of art. So not super high tech, but at the same time, I haven't seen another game that did that, and apparently it's now a thing. If you guys want to kind of check it, I talked to Jeff and Andrew all about that in the live interview that I did with them. I believe that was last week or maybe 2 weeks ago now, but it is up on the Omni channel. They're making this really cool where the box for this game turns into a dice tower. So they're just doing all these fun, wacky things with their game boxes now. I'm really excited to see it, but who knows? We'll see how that all turns out. But we're going to go ahead and dive in here. So I'm going to share my screen of the table setup. Let's see. So there we go. And I'll go to the bigger version in a minute when we start playing. So the cool thing is about this, so anybody can jump in and try out the tabletop simulator. I would imagine they're probably going to have the link during in their Kickstarter as well. And the cool thing is they have, it looks like pretty much all the final artwork in here for a whole bunch of decks. I think the last time when I played there was only 8 decks. They have 12 in here now. They have, so like I said, it looks like they have all their finished artwork in here, which is really exciting for me because last few some of the times when I was playing, they were still having they still had just their work in progress artwork on there and everything for that. Okay, so I am going to go to the full screen so you guys can get a better look here, and we will get going. Now, the first thing that I need to do, because this is a 2-player version, the boards have a 2-player side to them. So I'm going to flip all these to the 2-player side. All right, and I just found, thanks to these guys, another new thing I'm always learning with Tabletop Simulator. The new thing that I've learned with this game now is that the short key for locking and unlocking items is just the L button. So it's
nice,
pretty useful, especially with like Drakkar when we're playtesting, that I can just now not have to go in the menu and all that. But okay, so the way you set this up is you pick 6 decks. So Brian, go ahead and pick whichever 6 you want up there. I'm going to try and remember that you guys are looking at my screen, so I will try and do my best to look at stuff closely, but if I forget, my apologies. You can always jump in and say something again in the comments, and hopefully I'll see it.
Kitty.
I knew.
Portrait.
Of course, the cat would be your first pick. I knew that was going to happen.
Kitty.
Portrait.
Rings. That's
Okay.
3. What are we doing here? and you always need a creepy doll. Oh no, yeah, here we go. Identical twins. That's creepy. Get some shining going on here. This is essentially a game where you are doomed. You're doomed no matter what.
You're doomed no matter what. Don't play in haunted houses, kids.
Exactly. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. Let's go with. Here you go. All right.
And ambulance. Okay.
All that.
So we're gonna do those 3. Throw that in there as well. So once you pick your decks that you are gonna use, then you throw them all together and mix them all up. Luckily, this is super easy on Tabletop Simulator. It takes a little bit more doing than the live version, but there's not that many cards. Then we are going to take 12 cards. So I don't know if I can hit 12, so I'm just going to do 6 and 6, which I realize just put those in my hand, and I technically shouldn't see those, so I'll just do that. Okay, so those cards go away. We don't know which cards those are, and we have 36 left. So now we're going to deal these out to the locations. I'm going to just do it this way in case I somehow didn't shuffle them well enough, even with tabletop. Oh, see, look at that. Still got 2 tones and 2 rings. Okay, so those are our cards and our locations there. So I have to refamiliarize myself with the cards and what they do, because they all do something a little different. I have not played with the twins yet. If you end up with 9, oh, that's the other thing. They will let you know if they're a game end or an immediate thing. So if they have the little red thing, as you can see on the amulet and the cats, those are game ending situations. The rest of them all happen immediately when you meet the conditions on the card.
Oh, at game end, yeah. Versus if it doesn't say at game end, then
right,
it can happen immediately. Okay, yeah.
So yeah, that's another one. The cats have changed a little bit because that's not what they used to be. So I'm gonna have to really pay attention to that. But anyway, all right. So we're gonna dive into this. And if we get going too fast for anybody that's watching this either tonight or later on, and I just realized I said that the Kickstarter is going live tomorrow. So that is October 4th is when that is going live, 2021. If anybody ends up watching this, way in the future, but
whenever you see this, it's tomorrow.
Yeah, it's tomorrow, all times, every time. Now I lost my train of thought, but yeah. So if we are going to be doing a review on the game as well, that will go in depth a little bit more, and then in our interview with Jeff and Andrew, we were talking about maybe doing a 4-player live play game in the middle of the campaign. So I'm going to do my best to hold them to that, and maybe we'll throw that up in a couple weeks. I don't know if it's going to be a 3-week campaign or what it is. I would imagine most of them are, but all right. So that's enough talking. Let's get into this. Brian, you can just go first because I'm sure there's a way to determine how you go first, but I'm not that worried about it. And what you're going to do is you're just going to place your pieces and bid for where you want to go and try and get in the pecking order for basically which item you want to get.
So I'm taking one piece here.
Yep.
And I'm just setting it down in one spot that I think.
Yep. Okay. So you want to bid where you think you're not going to miss out on stuff.
Okay.
But so it's kind of, how aggressive do you want to get with it, basically?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Oh, and you know what? I'm sorry. You might want to take this back, so you can if you want to. The way that the dummy player, which is the little white meeple looking thing. So also that is what the custom meeples are going to look like. They won't be these, standard pawns. The custom meeples are going to look like, what the little dummy one does. Because you're supposed to be playing as kids that wandered into this haunted mansion. So it's It's kind of cool. It looks like a little kid with a flashlight out, but
Mm-hmm.
The thing I was going to tell you, so the dummy player is always going to take the lowest curse card. And if there is multiple curses, so like in this case, the amulet and the tome are both 2, they will take the one furthest to the left. So if you want this amulet, you need to go in front of him to get that amulet, because otherwise he is going to take that.
But if they're both the same, it's the furthest to the left, you said?
Furthest to the left. Yep.
Furthest to the left. Okay.
So, yeah, so that's why he would take the amulet over the tome. And that's the same, as you can see, they're all in different locations on different cards here. Or they're on, I should say they're at different spots on different locations. But yeah, so sometimes you're going to have to go further in to beat them out. Other times, not so much. Yeah, it all just kind of depends what you're going for. But all right, I am going to go for... Go in there. All right. And when we hit 3 meeples on a location, it gets resolved, and the dummy player counts as a meeple.
Ah, okay.
So, all right. So now the rule is that whoever closes out the location, meaning who puts the third pawn down or third meeple down, they roll the dice. So go ahead and roll all 5 of those ghost dice.
All 5?
Yep.
Really? Because all right. And now, okay. So real quick, so how did you get all 5? Because I was under the impression that one, like this has 1 dice, and then this has 2 dice.
Right. So the little green marker dice things there, those are to let you know how many dice you have to activate, which I'll explain a little bit more. But every single time you roll all the dice.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Yeah. All right. So now there's 3 ghosts, and you have to each of you have to activate so many. So the dummy player has to activate 4. So he would go 1, 2. But then 2 of them are going to be ghosts. So the dummy player, we'll make purple the dummy player over here. He is going to get 2 ghosts. Now you would only have to activate 2 for this one, so you're safe because you got 2 blanks, and 1 for that one. So again, you're safe. No ghosts for you. Now he is going to go first, which means he would take that card, and then you get both the tomes.
So it doesn't matter. So I consider the dice alone per space. Like if they don't I don't use 2 up, and then I'm totally stuck having to pick one. That's cool. All right.
No, because what could potentially happen would be, that maybe that was me. And if it's a 4-player game, there's 3 different people. So and the dice are only rolled once. So it's not like, oh, hey, I'm going to steal the blank dice from you, kind of thing. So,
or even from yourself in whatever step that you were on, from before.
And then you take your meeples back.
All right.
Well, I'm going to go. Let's see. So he's going to take that one. So I'm going way back here. So now I am closing out that location. Roll. No ghosts. Oh my God. I screwed myself so bad.
Oh man.
All right. I get 3 ghosts.
You're haunted, son.
Yeah. All right. And then he is going to get, let's see, he has to activate 3. So he gets a blank, and then he gets 2 more. So luckily he's still got more ghosts than me at this point. And then my last one, I just have to activate 1. So I really lucked out on that. He's going to take, technically I would pick first. So I'm going to take, so I would have to take this, because then he would go next. And if I didn't take that card, he would take it. So I would take that, which then he would take her. And I get
all numbers being identical. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
All right. I take my pawns, meeples. It's hard to call them meeples when they're pawns, but in the actual game, they will in fact be meeples. All right, your turn.
Oh boy. What do I want? Okay, so
I mean, it's pretty clear you're going for tome. Now, okay, so I should let you know this now. So don't forget that this happens immediately. So when you get your third tome, you dispel all cards of one type that is not a tome. So if you get your third tome right now, you're going to render that ability useless. It's not going to do anything for you because you don't have any other cards.
Okay, so it would make more sense to hold off on this one tome and maybe go for something else.
Okay. It may.
Maybe. These are kind of weird. It's like, how would you know it? Yeah, how would you know what you'd want to pick? It's like, do I really want this?
It's all about, picking the right thing.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, at this point, I don't know what to pick, so I will just we'll see what happens. See what happens.
3, 3, 3. Okay. Well, I'm gonna there. All right. Go here and close this one out. Yeah, man, rolling bad. Okay, so 2. Luckily, I got away with that one because you didn't go there. So he gets another ghost, and I don't have to take any. Now he will take the tome, and then I will get the ring and the twin. Meeples come back. New cards come out. All
right. Okay. Roll in. Come on, yeah.
Not bad. So he has to activate 4. So he gets, I'll give him his 5th ghost there and put those back. They don't have the little demon ones in the tabletop. I mean, not that you really need them, but the actual game will have 10 counters as well that are red, and they have little demon horns.
And so now, does he take one of the cards, or?
Yep. So he would take the portrait because that's the lowest curse.
Lowest curse takes the portrait.
So he would take the portrait, and then you get the other 2.
The other 2. Oh crap. Okay.
Yeah. So So you can immediately dispel the amulet.
And they all go away?
The amulet does. You just flip it over. You still want to keep it. I don't know if it really matters, but yeah. And then those, I would just set them aside because they're not dispelled. And now you'll have to get another 3 to do that again.
All right.
Oh, and take your meeples back. Mine or fewer ghosts.
Figure they are daring each other to go down different areas. Never split the group, guys.
Yep, pretty much.
Never split the group. I don't know.
All right. So it's kind of funny to me so far. Hang on, I just cleared that room. It's kind of funny because so far I don't think either of us have gone to the same room yet because we're both set on God dang it. 3, so I'm gonna get another ghost. Shoot. And he has to, so he's fine on that. All right, so I get first pick, which this cat. And that means he's. Oh, dang it. Amulet was the other one I wanted. I wasn't paying close enough attention. Oh, those twins are going to hurt me. All right. Now you can go ahead and close out. Or did you already do that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, that is not a good roll.
Nope.
Okay, so
he gets 3 more ghosts.
3 more ghosts. He's going down.
Yeah, he's
losing.
He's gonna have the most ghosts.
Well, because he's going twice though, technically.
What do you mean? Oh,
well, he goes for you and for me.
Yeah.
But all right. So then he gets this number 1 card here.
Yep, he would take the 1.
Okay.
You get 1 ghost because you're 2.
Ah, yes. 2, 1. All right. I only get 1 ghost here. All right.
Oh my god. You only
What's
have
up?
1 ghost total so far.
it's my naivete. That's I need more experience and I can get more ghosts here. No, I'm just kidding.
A Ghostbuster, you are not.
Yeah. I don't want curses, man.
All right. These freaking twins are killing me.
There's just so many of them.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to go. All right. Your turn. I need to. Oof, man, those portraits are hard to do too. Ooh, yeah. All right, I'm gonna go where you're at this time.
No.
So I close it out.
Oh.
You gotta have a little competition here.
You're bad.
All right. So he activates 4, so he gets 2 more ghosts. 1, so that would be his 5. 2. And then I have to activate 3, so I get 1 more ghost. All right, so he would pick first, so he would take the twin. I am going to take the cat. And
All
you
right.
get the portrait.
I get the portrait and...
Oh, I wasn't paying attention. All right, so they immediately dispel. So just go ahead and flip them and toss them aside. I was so focused on what I was trying to do. All right, and take your pawn back.
Oh, yes.
And then it is your turn now.
Okay, so what are we going for here? Okay, what do we want? What do we want? I don't know. I don't know. So any haunted room is as good as the next.
Oh, man. Kind of need to start planning ahead. Because you're going to take that otherwise. But, oh, man, I don't know which is going to hurt me more here. Yep, I'm going to see what happens. Who knows?
All right, all right. Playing hardball. Now with more players, are we using more meeples? Because there's like an option here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 meeples, right?
It's but it's only ever when 3 meeples get on a location. So you'll never have more than 3 on any location. Jeff and Andrew explained to me the reason they figured it out. The reason there's 5 meeples, or each person gets 5 meeples, because there is a potential that you would have to have all 5 meeples out.
Yeah. Okay. That does make sense. Yeah. All right.
All right. You get the portrait.
Get the portrait. That's exactly what I wanted. Ha ha.
All right then.
Playing right into my hand.
All right, and take your meeple back.
Oh jeez, I get lost in these haunted rooms and I can't.
Yeah. And then it is your turn to place the next one.
All right.
Ooh, that one's gonna cost me. Oh, like it.
Okay.
Oh, now what are you gonna get?
I'm not gonna get ghosts.
Yeah. I gotta keep playing because I don't know what you're gonna do, so I have to keep going where you're going to stop you from taking the thing I made. Oh, God. I still get another ghost.
Yes.
All right, put them back because now I'm up to having a 5 ghost. That's never good.
Man.
And we don't have any of them that let you get rid of ghosts. He would get 1, 2, so he gets 2 more. So I'm not really in any fear of beating him. All right, so he would go first. So he would take the portrait. And then I am going to take... I'm going to take the tome.
All right.
All right, and take back your pawn. All right, these are the final cards coming out now. And
final cards.
Like I said, we still have to take all the cards on the board. That's just all of them that are left in the deck. So, all right, and it is your turn.
Okay. Oh man. What am I doing here? Okay, so real quick. Strategy. I mean, I don't think I can lose at this point. I really can't, but you never know. Okay. Big decisions.
Very big decisions. Because... Oh, dang it, that sucks. Okay.
All right.
Closing it out.
We should be throwing these dice into the dice tower.
You know what? I attempted it, and the thing is, they don't always group up to fall into the hole the right way.
They kind of just dispel everywhere, you know.
I mean, no, I tried it a little bit before you signed on, and I was usually getting 4 out of 5 in there.
Okay.
So it's not horrible, but okay. So you have to.
I got a good roll.
He has to activate 4, so he would get 1 more. You are totally fine. So he would take the tome. You get the other 2.
Kitty and amulets. This place is full of cats.
Mm-hmm. All right, then. Oh, no more cards, so just take your meeples back.
All right.
And then I am going to go here. And close this out. Let's see. I'll try. Oh yeah. See.
Oh yeah. Okay.
They group a little bit. Let's see if I can. Yeah.
But it worked.
It did. So he still gets one more ghost, and I am completely in the clear. He takes her. I take those, which is exactly what I needed for some big money wins here, because now I have 4 rings, which lets me dispel all of them.
Nice.
And I have 3 tomes, which lets me dispel my twins. All right, I take these back. Then it's your turn, which you're basically going to go wherever you want to go on there, and that's going to end the game.
I wait anywhere.
Well, I mean, you still want to pick. I mean, it really, the smart move, I will say, would be to go there, because you're going to get first pick, and there's no reason for you to risk getting more ghosts by going further in. I'm armchair playing a little bit there by saying that, but
no, it's all good. It's all good. I mean, it just, insight into the strategy is part of the fun of it, and this is pretty much the last turn. Yep. My thing here is that, like, I really don't have anything good to choose. So
right. Yeah, you're kind of
it's in that spot where it's like, okay, well, yeah, I guess anything. I guess what would make most sense then, pick the card with the lowest curse number then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
So go ahead and roll them. You can attempt to get them in the dice tower if you would like.
No, that's okay.
Oh my!
What a terrible roll! A terrible roll.
So you get 2 ghosts. He gets 1 more. So clearly he is the big loser on ghosts. But so go ahead and draw what you would draw.
All right, and it's just any one of their. Let me see. 2 is the lowest. I'll go with the Portrait Girl.
Yep. So he would take that, which means I get the ring. Okay. Now that is the game end. So first thing you normally do is you look to see who has the most ghosts. Now, so we dispel our haunted card. We are not haunted because we do not have the most ghosts. So go ahead and flip that over. He is haunted, which does still play in the 2-player game. So that's good, because now neither one of us are getting curses due to ghosts. However, he does not matter when it comes to adding up curses. So it's always going to be me or you are going to win. He can't win.
Mm-hmm.
Now the next thing is, so with the cats at game end, if you end with 9 or fewer ghosts, dispel up to 3 cats. So I get to dispel both these cats. So you have a cat as well. So you have. So go ahead and dispel your cat.
Yeah, I should have read that more carefully. I would have collected more cats, honestly.
Yep. And then now we add them all up, which I can already say that I'm pretty sure there's no way you can beat me, because the ghosts don't do anything to me.
Oh.
I only have 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 10.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Yep. You won.
Plus these are still in play for you.
Oh, those are still in play. All right.
Because remember, you don't get to dispel the tome, so they are still in play, even though they were used to dispel. I forgot what you used that for.
Yeah. Well, I didn't have a choice. I made the mistake of collecting them all at once, and it wasn't
what did
good.
You have? 4, 8, 12. 15, 17, 19, 21, 24. So 24 to my, I think I said I had 10. 10. Yep. 24 to 10. So you are the most cursed.
And here I thought I was going to win this.
Yep. And that's what I was watching. I was like, okay, so I'm going to dispel all these snakes. I'm going to dispel my cats as long as I play it smart on these stupid ghosts. And I knew I was going to be able to get those tomes to dispel the those twins, because I didn't even have a chance to dispel them the normal way. But yeah, so Go back over here and pop us up there.
Oh, you might as well just do yourself. My camera has decided to officially die on live stream.
Well, then in that case, I'll just leave this up. So that is don't go in there. Yeah, what did you think? At least of the 2-player.
Yeah, I could see how much not more fun, but more engaging with more players. I can definitely see that right away, and I like that there is. It doesn't seem like there's a lot to keep track of at first.
Yeah.
But then like you get into it, and of course this being my first time, I'm only going on first impression, but you get into it and you realize, oh, actually there is a lot more to keep track of here. More to consider than what meets the eye here. And I kind of like that aspect of it, especially with like having to read and plan ahead, read and see what each card does, plan ahead to try to strategize. While also like you're also kind of gambling. You're kind of like some of it is that push your luck, that risk taking. So I feel like, yeah, they really managed to, like they've done in so many of their other games, really capture the essence of the feeling behind what the theme is. Like
Yep.
you're a little kid, you're gonna make a silly decision. Who cares which? Blah blah blah. Who cares? And then all of a sudden you got these curses, and you're like, oh, I got to deal with them now. And yeah, it's the whole process of it. And I'm sure the playful competition too is nice back and forth because yeah, you're kind of like both competing with yourself, but also with the others. I feel like it's more with yourself though. I don't know what do you think?
So I will say the game is way more fun with more players. When I've played at the 3 and the 4, they're both equally as fun at the 3 and 4, just because there's a little more back and forth. Like I was saying, like we weren't even going to the same location. We were just basically picking the cards that we wanted for those first few until I started going to the same locations you were at. And I still don't think that did I ever take a card that you actually wanted? Do you remember?
Yeah, there was once.
So that just happens a lot more when there's more players. I'm happy that they included the 2-player because, that obviously me and Ashley typically play 2-player. So it's nice to actually do it that way. But yeah, no, it's definitely more fun at 3 and 4. Which and I've said this before in other games that we've played. I am not a fan of dummy players in almost anything.
Yeah.
I will say that this one isn't as bad as some of the others.
Do you think there's man, I don't want to say a point to the dummy player and the 2-player because obviously he's taking up resources, right? I mean that would be the main thing because you can't lose to it. So the only other thing would be, and I'm not sure. At first I was like, oh, I don't know how much I like that, but like now that I see how the game is played, it's like in order to design something that could beat you would be so much more complicated. And it would just bog the game down. So yeah, I can see why that decision was made. They're just taking resources. They're just,
Well, so here's my thing. So I should probably, even amend my statement. So thinking on it, this is actually probably, from what I'm recalling, this might be the best dummy player in a game that I've played so far. And I say that because he's not really, like you can't lose to him. That's one thing which I said, like in Tidal Blades, I don't like the dummy player because he's super hard to beat, and he's basically just making the entire game more chaotic, and for me at least, less fun. The dummy player actually, I can't remember what the other game is, but either way, there's other.
Architects of the Western Kingdom has a really good AI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
if you feel like you're playing against, there are times when you feel like you're playing against somebody.
Yeah, and so I just haven't played that version. This one I actually like a lot. And like when you were saying, does he really need to be there? I actually enjoy the fact that he is there because then he forces you. he forces you to get riskier when you otherwise wouldn't. Like you could, on most of the hallway, he's not too bad because he's at the 2 spot. But the rest of these, especially the basement is horrible because if there's a card out there that you want and or need, you have to go all the way in to beat him. So, and otherwise you wouldn't go all the way in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
true. Because aside from just taking resources, it plays into the strategy you have to pick.
Right. Like if me and you were playing and it was us and we were going to, I mean, it would still be 3. So it's going to be 2 me, 1 you on every card or vice versa, whatever. So we would always go 1, 2, and 3. There would never be a point to go 4 or 5 unless, well, you might go to 4. You might, if one of us goes to 3. But either way, if you want to beat out that dummy player, then you have to go further in. It's you just have to.
Where is he on the flip side of this?
He's not, because on the other side it's for
okay.
It's for all actual players.
Just actual players. Okay.
Yeah. So in this case, you can go wherever you want. But no, overall, I don't like dummy players in games just because I don't usually like how they play out. However, in this one, I think he doesn't annoy me. Like he's not doing anything other than it's like, damn it, you're making me have to go further in. But okay, that keeps the game interesting still at 2.
Well, that's what I like about it is that every time that we were playing, the dummy player was something that I was taking into consideration based on where I was putting my Meeple.
Right.
And so like it was integrated in such a way that like you had to strategize around them, and then they would potentially take a card that you wanted if you didn't do it right. And so I think that's a good way to integrate an AI that doesn't feel like in Tidal Blades where it's like, does this seem fair? I don't know. This doesn't seem fair. Like there are definitely games where like the AI is just like, it just feels like they're picking on you, as opposed to like, it's almost like, it's a take that mechanic versus something that you can work with. You know what I mean? And that's not what's going on in Tidal Blades. It just feels like it sometimes. They're just like, but yeah, no, I like that. And that is a factor for the 2-player, and it doesn't make it feel like a different game, I would guess, because you're always going to be having to consider that, even especially with higher player count. But
right, yep, and like I said, we'll be doing the mid campaign game where I think Jeff and Andrew are both going to play. So it'll be 4 of us, and then you'll get a feel of what an actual game is with all people, because then it's a lot more like, oh, you suck, oh, I can't believe you went there, oh, dang it, you're making me go further in because otherwise you're going to take what I want. And there's not so much of like stealing from each other, whereas like when I've played with Jeff and Andrew, there's a lot of times where it's like, oh man, I gotta go in, I gotta get that before you do, because otherwise you're gonna dispel too much stuff. And yeah, so I definitely prefer it more at least 3. But no, like I said, overall, I really enjoy the game. It's fun. It's really quick. I think I might have been saying in the interview with them, or maybe in the review video for when that comes out for everyone. But I enjoy that it's a quick game that you can sit down, you can play fairly quickly. It's a little bit longer with the more players, the longer the game is. But even at 4, I think we were at like 45 minutes, maybe. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I think it was just or me and you. I mean, I think we were just under a half hour where we finished it here.
Yep. And that's what I've noticed. For the first game, for most people, half an hour, or for a 2-player game, I should say, half an hour is kind of par for the course. But again, me and Ashley, we played after she played her first one, which took us half an hour. Our second game only took 15 minutes because she got it. She knew what she was doing. However, we were also playing with the print and play, so we didn't have all these options for cards. So we already knew what all the cards were doing. But kind of the same thing. Like once you know what they do, you know what they do, and
See,
you'll be able to move quicker.
Now that I'm considering it again, I feel like, you know, my emphasis, I focused more on the ghosts than I should have. And, you know, because really one curse per 2 ghosts is not that bad if you're keeping your card count down.
It gets pretty rough. I don't know if I would get married to that concept for for when you play in a 4-player game.
Let me make a mistake. No, just kidding. No, but I feel as long as you're keeping your, you know, as long as you're keeping your cards down with the amount, you know, with the curse number, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because, you know, and I definitely wouldn't have picked up those tomes right away, you know, but yeah, I was focusing a lot on the ghosts and like, yeah, no, I like it. I really like it. Yeah, it really fits. These guys have a great knack at just making you, you know, with a lot of character, kind of making the theme and the mechanics all wed together and have it a real fun experience.
Yep, I agree. All right. Well, so for anybody watching, I will pop over to me now. Brian, I'm assuming, yeah, it doesn't look like your camera's working yet, but yeah. So for anyone that ends up watching this later on, because it looks like we had one person watching, but so thank you for that. And but for anybody that watches this later, you know, that was Don't Go In There by Road to Infamy Games. Like I said at the beginning, it is going to be on Kickstarter tomorrow, which is October 4th. 2021, and I believe it goes live at 4 p.m. So you can check it out there. There'll be you know, more playthroughs and reviews and all sorts of stuff like that. I'm gonna bug those guys and you know, make sure we do the mid-campaign playthrough. One, because I think it'll be you know, just so everybody else can see, and two, because it's a fun game. And like I said, it's a lot more fun at 3 and 4 players. So I look forward to playing a full game with them. And then also, as I said, you can check out the interview with those guys if you just want to know more about Jeff and Andrew and Road to Infamy games itself, the company, and kind of who they are and what the company is. But that'll be it for us. And, you know, hopefully you guys have a good one, and later.